All the vasectomy backers, like I'm pro vasectomy, right?
Yeah.
But you know how there's been like the feminist movement about like, yo, I'm tired of doing all the birth control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why don't y'all do these things because it's reversible? They say that argument when like, you know, they don't want kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet you anything, if you told your, like, I'm assuming your girl wants kids, right?
Yeah, she does.
And if you told her right now, hey, I'm gonna just get a vasectomy for the meantime,
and we're just gonna say it's cool.
No, like I'm gonna get a vasectomy for the meantime,
and then when we're ready,
I'll reverse it.
Yeah.
You really think she's gonna be like, you really think that reversal chance, you gonna take that chance? I bet you anything that for someone who legitimately wants a kid.
I mean, I've said it as a joke, but also like to test the waters, to be like, you know, like when we say we done, like I could just get a vasectomy and we're cool. And she's like, no, it's all right. She's like, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, no, like I'll do it. I don't care. Like I'm down. And she's like, no.
I'll tell you why. When you're in a relationship, that's single guy shit. Like,
yeah,
I think vasectomies are for single men who don't want to have kids.
I just think about that.
Have it later.
Yeah.
But the big thing is that I think that every girl's low key afraid that you're just gonna be like, it's an open invitation to just fuck girls raw now.
Oh my God.
Cheat raw. Like that's for real that they think, oh, what? Like if your girl's like level-headed, so you're not gonna hear her say this.
Yeah.
But like in their heads, they're like, oh, so you could just go fuck other bitches without any precaution? Like in a girl's mind,
yeah.
If you're going through a cheating spree and you're wiling out, at least karma will get you and you'll get a bitch pregnant, and then the whole thing will unravel.
Yeah.
But if you out here vasectomized,
I think for in our case, it's more of like, it's like, well, what if you get it reversed and they don't reverse right?
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's how she's like.
That's how, I mean.
But then she's probably like, but are we? You know, there's always that. But are we really done?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you never know when you're really done until you're done.
Dog, I
want to be done after 2, to be honest.
I want to be done after 3.
I think I don't like 3. I'll tell you why I don't like 3. I have to either have 2 or 4. I have to have even numbers.
But see, anyone that has more than 3 kids looks stressed. You look at any parent at a Walmart.
That's why it's gotta be 2. Someone told me, look, someone told me at 4, you get kids that don't like each other.
Okay.
Like kids that, like, you'll have some that are cool with each other and some that are not. Some that are as close, but you get that.
Yeah.
At 3, you get a middle child. But that's not even the reason I don't want 3. You know how annoying it is to find a table of 5?
Okay, I see you. I see the vision.
Say, I want a table of 5.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like,
nah,
they're gonna look at
it's 4 or 6.
Yeah.
You get a party of 4 or a party of 6. None of this party of 5 shit.
Damn.
There's always a chair that doesn't get to be used for the purses. If you're on a roller coaster, there's 4 seats.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
I feel that. I would say 2. Okay, I'll change my answer. 2 or 4.
That's my thing, is where I'm
2
like,
or 4.
the middle thing is like, that's an odd ass.
Yeah, so Elvira says that because she's like, I don't want to have one of our kids have that weird middle kid syndrome thing where they're like weirdos. And I'm like, true. But, and now that I think about it, if they're going to be my kid, they're going to be pretty weird already.
That's what I'm saying. So then it's like, not only that, it's just like the whole family of 5 thing just always seemed like a whole... Like, why the fuck are we doing this shit? What this seems odd.
Who's this for?
Yeah. But let's start the pod for
all right,
real.
But let's actually start the pod.
Like, legit. All right. Three, 2, 1.
Welcome to 2.5 Citizens Podcast.
I'm Zen.
And I'm Pablo.
Bro, the way that we say the intro has been like legitimately identical. There's something about you have I listened to your voicemail today, dog.
Okay.
I don't know how I felt.
Wait, you listened to my what?
Your voicemail, like voice message.
Yeah.
Your automated voice message.
My professional voicemail.
There's a cadence thing, and
that
it's
uses
the same cadence that you use in the podcast intro. So it's. I remember you using the same cadence in 3 occasions. It was the fake talk when we did the WandaVision skit.
Yeah.
It's welcome to 2.5 Citizens Podcast. That up. And when I hear you being like, "Thank you for call," this is Pablo. If you can, I'm like, it's the same cadence. It's your nice cadence, dog.
Yeah.
You be having a nice cadence on the voicemail. So if y'all want to call Pablo and hear his voicemail,
it's my professional voicemail. I use my white voice.
Oh, his number in the description.
Whoa, chill. I use my white man voice.
Bro, I remember we were talking on the phone the other day, and I put my white man voice on, and you didn't really like that.
Yeah, I hung up.
You hung up immediately. You're like, I don't want to see the side of you.
I was like, this is weird. It felt gross.
What felt gross about it?
Well, no, I just felt mad intrusive because you were working.
Oh, see, that's the thing is, I don't.
Yeah. And then I was like,
really be working, dog.
I was like, I mean, I don't really want to hear this conversation.
Yeah, I'm like, I won't ever be really working. Like you, if I heard you, I would do the same thing. The second you'd be talking about like, see the stonk, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
You have me confused. But like, let's start the pod though. Let's actually start if we're
gonna get serious.
Yo, these cats is wilding today.
But if we must get serious.
But if we must get started, let's get started. So,
yo, did you see that breaking news that TAHC is on the look? He's looking for a new like attorney.
Yeah. So he tweeted today.
I need a new appeal attorney.
Yes. So
the race ain't over, I guess.
The race is not over. Do you think? Because at this point, what is the point, right? Like, okay.
So, yeah, because the thing is that an appeal is not a new court case. They're just going to review everything that happened and be like, they're literally going to say, yeah, this was the right decision, or they're going to turn it over. But it doesn't mean there's no new evidence that's going to be brought in. There's nothing new. They're just going to review the old case and decide, yeah, this should be upheld or not.
But at this point, I'm wondering, like, if he knows, like, if TAHC knows there's no way, and he knows that he's in forever, what's the point of tweeting things like this? Is it so that the people are back on the free TAHC wave and we're doing, like, the same thing that we did for, like, the truck driver, right? Because now they're reviewing that. They're reviewing his sentence. They're doing all these things where I think people are now feeling that if you get enough public appeal on your side, then it can actually really change things up for you.
Or is he trying to hop on that Free Larry Hoover stuff and then like have Kanye do a concert for him?
It's a weird one because like no one like that is gonna look at that and be like, it's off of one song.
Yeah,
that people were like, that song was hard though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he should be free.
Right. That was the original.
You know what I'm saying? Like that song was lit.
Yeah.
I bet you some hard songs will come out. But like, another thing to me is like it keeps his name in the conversation, right? When he does things like this, is his estate still making money? Is his way of still staying relevant?
And I don't know, man. I guess it's like I could see it as in a sad way, like trying to stay relevant, trying to stay in the conversation, because then it's like, then he just has to sit with the reality that he's this.
Because
like,
didn't he say something? Didn't he tweet something out after the Kyle Rittenhouse?
I don't know about that.
Because I don't know if he started that or if people were saying, or what was it? Was it Melly or was it TAHC?
I mean, I think I said it. No, I didn't say about TAHC. I said Pusha IC. We said it on the pod. We were just joking.
Okay. Because I feel like I could hear that same sentiment for TAHC, right?
Yeah.
So TAHC killed someone, maybe what,
allegedly.
I don't know what his defense was. In self-defense? Well, it's not even alleged right now, right? It's convicted?
Like, yeah, I mean, he's a convicted murderer. But it's like, or is he a convicted accessory of the murder?
I don't know.
Because they were like saying for the longest that he's like, I ain't shoot him, I was just there.
So I have to watch the Trap Lord Ross video on this because
I know.
Because like I haven't kept up with this one.
I saw it a while ago, but yeah, it's basically, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, and I probably don't, he was saying that he was just going to the house to rob. And it was never the intention to go in and like, I think that's what got him out of the death penalty. That he was like, my intention wasn't to go in there to kill. It was just to like rob him or whatever. And then it just happened that we killed people. I think that's what they were trying to say at first. I don't know. I don't remember.
I have to pay attention to this case because I just remember the race being a hard ass song.
Yeah.
And then they're being like, you know, he really doing that race, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, they got TAHC, and then the whole free TAHC.
Yeah.
And it's just like a wild thing because it's like there is the court of public opinion and then the court actual system, right?
Right.
So we've been talking about this a lot with Travis, and we're recently seeing that more and more and more light being shed to me makes me feel like, okay, did we talk about this? Is going to be a whole pivot, but it's going to circle back around. I don't know if we discussed on this podcast the Draco the Ruler murder.
No, actually, that happened. That murder happened when we were on holiday, like
Okay.
British people.
So there's that court of public opinion, and I see it a lot in this case. So like, there's a festival in LA, and it's a festival like run by like Snoop Dogg and a bunch of other people, and you had a lot of local LA people, a lot of legends and stuff like that. What allegedly happened in the situation was he's in the backstage area with his entourage. An entourage about double the size or more or something like that approaches in his direction, and it's like on site. A fight breaks out immediately. At what point someone in the other entourage brandishes a knife and stabs Draco the Ruler like brutally, and it was like some prison style shit. And so this begs the question. Like, how does this happen at a music festival in a place that's supposed to be protecting the people and protecting the
Super
artists?
secure, like no one's supposed to have weapons.
Allegedly, and I don't 100% know, I heard Live Nation.
Yo, Live Nation's still out here killing people, bro.
Live Nation was the organizer of this festival.
Damn.
Allegedly. So this makes me feel like, okay, Travis
Bro,
had
leave
to,
Travis alone. Let's go after Live Nation.
Travis had to stop doing concerts to let the city grieve, and he's getting this Dior bag getting cut off.
That's the one thing we were about to say. Is the Dior deal's donezo.
So basically, they just said it's being postponed indefinitely. We don't know what's going to happen.
Bro,
But it just means it's a wrap.
That
means it's not being rescheduled anytime soon. That means we're going to stop, and we're going to see how the climate is.
And Nike has done enough to be like, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you see that, but like Live Nation did not stop doing concerts ever.
Yeah.
And if, I don't know, and I really could be capping, but if it does come out that Live Nation was the one that did this concert, then this begs the question to me of people. Pay attention to who the fuck's actually responsible for stuff like this.
Right.
Who's actually supposed to be responsible for making sure that everything is taken care of.
Yeah.
As opposed to just looking at the biggest name you see. Because immediately I'm already seeing the stories. We don't know yet, but they're like, YG's entourage responsible for the murder of Draco the Ruler. He's no longer, people say he's no longer allowed to play in LA and all this stuff. And it's like, cool, you're thinking about the face that you know. But y'all aren't saying how the fuck did a knife end up backstage?
But was YG was he beefing with YG? Like, is that who caused the fight to break out?
I don't know.
Or is it just like YG was just like was he like the Travis in the thing where he was like the guy that put it together?
So if I'm not mistaken, YG's a blood, Draco the Ruler's a Crip. So it's like, but if they're both in LA,
yeah, bro.
like,
but like when it comes to stuff like
but
that,
they're
it's
like real, like Draco just got out of jail less than a year ago, and that's why it's like upsetting because it's like he got out of jail, he was really like going, and then he dies.
And that's sad.
So like they're fresher. They're not as established where they're like gonna let all the beef fall by the wayside.
Yeah, where it's like, hey, bro, like this gang shit. When you make it to a certain point, like it's just for show.
Yeah,
like we don't really care no more. Because if you're saying like Snoop Dogg was there, Snoop Dogg is a Crip.
Yeah, and Snoop Dogg dipped the second he found out what happened, and the show like was a wrap.
Yeah.
The second he was told he was in his dressing room getting ready for his performance, he was told and he dipped, and they stopped the concert. But it's like, it's just crazy because it's just like I have not heard. All I'm hearing, first of all, I haven't heard enough people talk about it because I don't think he was big enough.
Yeah, no.
And then I don't hear enough people. I just keep on hearing the YG stuff going around. And
I don't even hear about the YG stuff.
And I don't even hear enough about like who organized this concert.
Right. It's always like, who's the face that we... And it's kind of how you were saying, like, we just want to like blame a face, like a person, not like an entity.
Yeah. because it doesn't really seem because it's so quick, right? Mm-hmm. Papa John's, right? They had to get mad at the guy. Papa John's, the entity, isn't going to go down. So what do they say? We're kicking him out as the CEO.
Yeah,
we're going to keep Papa John's pushing.
Yo, leave Papa out of this, dog. He trained himself to not say the N-word no more.
Dog, you're
even
right.
though he never said it, but now he got to train himself not to say it, even though he never said it.
You're right. He ain't never said it. He was just like making the sound that someone else might say if they were saying it.
Yeah.
So like he was on the call just being like, this is what it would sound like if someone was saying it.
Yeah.
We're not saying it.
And I went through the training to not say it, but not because I say it, but just because like
it's preventative training.
Yeah,
it's preventative training to make sure that I don't say it.
Right.
So like I worked on myself. That last thing, I know that I didn't say it. I was just like making the sound as if someone had said it.
Yeah.
Like it's like ventriloquism. Like I made the noise as if someone else was saying it.
It's an Italian thing, bro.
Real talk.
On some fucking what's his name?
Yeah.
Cuomo. Yeah, he's like, I'm Italian.
They really be wild with that Italian shit. But yeah, like on some Papa John's Italian shit, like he was just making the words, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the sounds. But you see that where they're like, an entity's just going to be like, we're going to flip this and keep it pushing.
Yeah. No, of course.
Like, I don't know, man. It's just so crazy to just be like, yo, how are they still just doing their thing, killing more people?
Yeah.
And like, Travis is, you know, having
I do feel for him in that sense where it's like, yeah, like he does have to deal with the backlash. Live Nation is still getting money. They're still doing events. They're probably being super spreaders. Like they don't care, dude. Like
yeah, they don't. They're just trying.
People
to make
getting killed, like
and they're just like, well, when is Harry Styles coming?
Yeah, and honestly, man, and it sucks too because like how we've been saying, like it's like Houston got like. It's like we got punished with hip hop, like, you know.
I know, and so it makes me worry for like. I know it's a little too. I don't even want to put that negativity out in the air. But
no,
like,
don't even say it. I know what you're saying. Don't even say it.
Bad Bunny's coming up soon, dog.
I know
that's a crossover.
All right, you got Houston. You need to behave.
We got tickets.
We got tickets.
Yeah, honestly, like we need y'all to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, if you got the vid,
First
stay
of all,
inside.
you coughing all up in my studio around my mics and shit.
First of all, dog, I've been choking on my saliva all day. I don't know why.
So you just gonna tell me that conveniently, after possibly making contact with your parents.
First of all, chill. That's not what happened.
I'm just saying.
No. Now I gotta explain it. Since you want to put my business out like that.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying, because you're just in my studio just coughing up a storm. But then you're being Live Nation because then you're telling the rest of the people to be safe.
No, dog. Here's the thing. I took my parents groceries because they got the vid, and I just...
See, I didn't even say they had the vid. You just outed them.
All right, well, they have the vid, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. And basically... I just put them on the doorstep and I dipped and I had a mask on.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah, and then like I put my car window down and I was like kind of talking to them when they were at the door.
Roman got the vid.
Damn, well, see you putting more people out like that.
But he wrapping up. He had gotten the vid and he's on that like he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back from it already.
Oh, okay.
So I think he might be already done. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like it didn't.
Did he take a horse tranquilizer like Rogan?
I tried to get him on the ivermectin. I tried to get him on the NAD drip. I tried to get him on the on all those the monoclonal antibodies. He wasn't about it, dog.
Oh.
He wasn't about it. You know, I don't know, man. Like this whole COVID thing now has just gotten real weird because it was the moment we all didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I know. It almost felt like we were back to normal, and then it's like a bunch of people are getting the vid. And the problem
was, it wasn't usually when the news keeps on telling us like it's going crazy right now. Numbers are through the roof, hospitalizations through the roof, and then I look around, I'm like, you got COVID? Nah. You got COVID? Nah. I'm like, so y'all capping. This time I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking around like, damn, you got COVID?
Yeah.
Shit,
damn,
you got COVID? It was just like the Spider-Mans pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Speaking of, dog.
No, we're not ready. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet?
No, we're not there yet. This is what I want to. This is what I want to transition to since we were talking about drillings, and this is a question I asked you, and it's a philosophical question. It's an ethical question that I asked you with Lil Durk and I forgot who else.
India Royale.
No, but somebody else got engaged.
I don't know anybody else.
Kodak Black.
Okay.
These are two guys that get the block really hot from themselves. I don't think Kodak Black as much because he
beefs with rappers.
Yeah. He like does normal stuff.
Yeah.
But like Lil Durk is like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Like he's out there like paying for drillings and stuff allegedly.
Okay. So, what's the ethical question here? Are they not allowed to be in love?
No. I'm not saying they're not allowed to be in love. What I'm saying is I would feel like I'd be putting somebody at risk with my lifestyle. Like it's kind of like how when Meek Mill was like, "Yo, I want to go to your hood," and he was like, "Dog, I'm not even good in my hood."
Yeah,
like on some shit like that.
I don't know their origin story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like how things started for them.
Yeah,
but since I've known about them, they've been the power couple.
Okay.
To the point that I already saw people saying, should J. Cole change the Jada and Will love line to Durk and India? Because they're that much of a
and Jada and Will,
they done. It's like J. Cole.
Poor Will, bro. He didn't deserve that.
Will Pinkett, that's wild, dog. For Will Pinkett,
he didn't deserve that.
I'm gonna start calling him that. That's his new name.
Yo, free Will, bro.
Will Pinkett.
Anyway,
so like you see like the whole shit with Will Pinkett and them, and like. So with Durk, what basically happened most recently, which basically put India on the map for Pablo, is that Durk proposed to her on stage.
Yeah.
And like where it
gave her a big ass rock.
Got picked up by, mind you though, like, all right, so I know that seems crazy. Yeah. But not to me, because I was watching Icebox videos of him like buying her Rolexes and shit. Yeah. Of him being like, well, this one's for her, this one's for her wrist, so it's got to be like this. Nah, it's got to be big. And the jewelry even being like, it's going to be a girl's wrist, so like it's got to be like normal looking on her wrist. Yeah. Like it can't be looking crazy on her wrist, so you want a size that's like this.
Was that a bust-on Rolex?
Yeah.
Damn it, Walter.
Dude, it was Icebox, dog. That's what they do. They put shit on things. They put diamonds on things. Like, that's what Icebox does.
But it makes the value of it go down.
I know, but he's just flexing for the bitches, dog. So, he out here, like, buying her big things, doing all this stuff. And the say-all, be-all for me was when on Drake's album, when you have... So, it's one thing when Drake gets on a song of yours. Yeah. It's whatever the fuck you want. He says whatever you want. You say whatever you want because it's your song. Right. When Drake
can be like Prada and Gucci, don't go together.
When it's Drake's album, it's his vision. Yeah. You are meant to do what he needs you to do.
If he wants you to sound like a simp, you're gonna sound like a simp.
But what I'm saying is he doesn't really have features on there unless they're like like The Weeknd, they're accentuating the sound of the album. Right. When Magic Jordan, he like sucks the sound out of you to put on his album to make it perfect. So when you hear Lil Durk on here, and Lil Durk takes the time that he has on a Drake album to shout out his girlfriend's cosmetics brand, and even says, this song going to do 1 billion streams for sure. I'm just promoting my bitch. And you're like, okay, that's the moment when... that proposal was like, yeah, that's gonna happen because you put her on you immortalized her on this Drake album. True. You know how many baby mamas there are? Hella baby mamas. Yeah. Hella multiple divorces. Like the marriage thing is almost whatever to the fact that you literally put her on the discography of Drake. Like that's true. That's on Wax Forever. Yeah. A part of his discography. Yeah. And you shouted her out there. Yep. Like that's a big thing.
Would you have done that?
No, that's wilder to me than getting a tattoo of them.
Really?
Yeah, because you can remove a tattoo. Like as crazy as it is, you can remove a tattoo. Yeah, but like that is on that thing forever. Like when to me, and to me, even this isn't as bad because they didn't even use names like that.
Mm-hmm.
When G-Eazy and Halsey made that song together,
They're cringy.
it was super cringy, but it was like
the two
that
most
Forever-
cringy
that-
people in the music industry
that
dating.
You and I Forever, whatever the fuck song.
I didn't listen to it. I just literally I saw the song.
No, it was a very popular song though. Like it was.
No,
running shit.
I tried to stay away from it. I saw who it was by. I saw the feature, and I was like, I gotta stay away from this.
And that song, even to me, is like you could still, because here's the thing: is like I'm like you could still play that. It's like either one of them could still perform that song on concert, and they
Yeah.
don't have to say the other person's name.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say this girl's name.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My fear was like, sure, the relationship lasts forever. What if the business fails? You know what I mean? Like, like that was my thought.
Yeah.
Like, but it is her name
Yeah.
with cosmetics at the end. So I'm like, I mean, I guess it's still your name. So it's like, technically, it's whatever. But I was like, that was a way bigger deal to me than like anything else would have been. You know
No,
what
that
I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
So
Yeah.
when I see that, I'm like, yeah, the marriage is whatever. So I know you're looking at it like, he's making the block hot for her. I'm like, the block's already been hot. Like, I follow her on TikTok. I don't follow Lil Durk on TikTok.
Oh yeah, you were saying that like apparently she could be a shooter too. Like
So what happened is, because the other thing that you said was, you know, it's just very dangerous, you know, putting your girl at risk like that. I'm like, he's now in Atlanta. So they're not even in the Chicago thing anymore.
Yeah.
Their house got broken into in Atlanta, and both of them were shooting at the ops. Both of them were shooting at the people breaking into them, each handguns in hand, like it was Bonnie and Clyde or some shit.
Yeah.
When that story dropped, it was like the number one of like, oh my gosh, look at like how much of a ride or die she is and all this kind of stuff. Like, he's throwing her on these things, like in these like pedestals in multiple songs
yeah.
to like basically be like, this is a forever thing. We know this is a forever thing, which just makes me wonder what their relationship has to be like. You know what I mean? For them to be so certain that like,
Yeah.
in this industry, as rocky as it can all be, this is a forever.
Do you think in their vows they're gonna diss Tuka?
I don't know where. That's. I hope not.
They have to. You've gotten this far. You have to be like vowing your love to each other, but also letting them know fuck the ops and fuck Tukaville. That's what they're literally. If they don't say it, I'm gonna be like, then this ain't real.
Then they really wait. Then this might not be.
Yeah.
For real. This might all be staged.
Because it's like she has to burn that bridge for herself. Like she has to really make the block hot now that she's gonna be his wife. But anyway, speaking about making this in your ops and you know putting baby mamas at risk and Spider-Man.
Dog, that movie got me.
Yeah.
That movie got me. And like, I was already dead set on watching it because Alicia was dead set on watching it, and I really liked the previous movie.
Spoiler alerts.
Spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts.
Don't get mad at us.
If you have not watched this, fast forward.
Yeah.
Fast forward just a little bit.
Yeah, give us like 20 minutes.
Yeah, honestly.
And
just
then-
fast forward a little bit and then come back,
Yeah.
and then you won't get anything spoiled. Now, this shit, bro. All right.
All
so,
right. Yeah, so
Okay.
all the movies have been sick up to this point. And I want to so for me cuz like there's always the talk of like who's the best Spider-Man, who's like portrayed it the best, blah 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 blah. And I think this is my take. I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man because he's the best portrayal of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So like Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker because he was like kind of nerdy and like a little awkward and stuff.
Yeah.
But when he was Spider-Man, he wasn't like that witty and stuff. Like it wasn't like it felt kind of forced. Andrew Garfield was a little too cool as a Peter Parker. He was kind of like a hipster.
Yeah.
But maybe that was just the time when that movie came out. And then he was a really good like Spider-Man. Like when he was in the suit, he was like really good at like trash talking, like all this stuff. And Tom Holland, because
of both worlds.
because he's a short king, he looks the age he's playing. One, yeah, he can be awkward and stuff, and then you know he's witty with the lines and stuff. He delivers them really well.
Yeah.
So
I like Tom Holland the best. And I think everyone knows this, right?
Right.
Like I think they played into this in the movie, where like, so you told me his name. I didn't even know that was his name, Andrew Garfield. I don't know. To be honest, to me, it's Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. That middle one don't really exist. I don't even know if I've seen those movies, to be honest with you.
Yo,
I knew he existed.
Andrew had a wild take.
What did he say?
So Andrew said that that Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker was gay because he's like he the only one that let his shorty die.
Dog.
He was like, and it wasn't. He was like, honestly, I feel like it wasn't even a choice for him.
I don't know about all that. I didn't watch his movies.
Yeah,
like I don't remember watching those movies.
Emma Stone was his shorty.
I remember watching the what's his name ones?
Tobey Maguire.
The Tobey Maguire ones. Definitely. And then now I remember watching these.
Yeah.
And I don't remember watching any of the ones in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's like the vibe that's out there.
Yeah.
Because he kept on down talking himself in the movie.
Yeah.
So obviously, I don't know, all three of the Spider-Mans do the pointing meme basically at each other in the movie.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
It's a wild... Part of me was like...
Did Alicia cry?
Ugly crying after the fact. She was like, I need to control my emotions. Like...
Did you stay and watch the cutscenes afterwards?
I left, and then she's like, you're never allowed to leave during a Marvel movie. Like,
yeah.
I was like, why the fuck did you let me leave then? So then I just looped back, and the moment that I looped back, that end scene started.
There was two of them. Did you watch both of them?
I only saw one.
Bro, come on,
man.
man.
With the little thing on the table.
Okay, that was the last one.
Okay.
Did you not see the first one?
What was the first one?
The first one was basically just a preview of Doctor Strange. The next Doctor Strange movie.
Okay. Which she was really excited about because
Yeah.
she was excited to see Doctor Strange. Like, she had been like,
I like
wanting
Benedict.
more Doctor Strange.
I like Benedict.
So,
He's a good actor.
So, like, part of me felt like at first I was like, why are we... I was looking at the movie and I'm like, why are we doing this?
Uh-huh.
Like...
Oh, it felt forced to you.
No, I was like... Because I accidentally spoiled a little bit for myself. Like, I had a feeling Aunt May died, right? Like, because I saw something. Like, I saw a tweet or something. And so I was like, it was like a spoiler thing and it was like the first one. And after that, I left. But in my head, I was like, okay, Aunt May dies maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that was in my head.
Yeah.
So then, like, when she's like, you need to help these people, I'm like, no, you fucking don't. Like, immediately I was like, why are we doing this shit? Like,
okay, I felt that too.
Like, I was like, why is this the storyline? Like, why? Fuck them. Like, obviously, if they were about to kill the other Spider-Man, and it was you, like, me or them, they were supposed to die. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why are we fixing them? And then she dies.
Yeah.
And then
it's that whole like Spider-Man dilemma of like putting yourself before others and like sacrifice.
But to me, at least it made sense when I was like, now it makes sense. Like, I didn't like it, and then Aunt May dies, and then I'm like, yo, you caused yourself to die, right, in this weird way. And then it was like
so you're saying she made the block hot for herself?
She made the block hot for herself, right? I don't know why the fuck she was in that building to begin with.
Yeah.
She makes the block hot for herself, but it's on Peter because he felt like he made the decision.
He's got the superpowers.
And she told him, with great power come great responsibility. Then it made sense because I'm like, now you're doing this for May. Like, you're doing this in May's honor so that she didn't die in vain.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't think she had to die in general. Y'all could have just fucking did the fucking
I think people
spell and it was a wrap.
I think people were complaining that Tom Holland's Spider-Man was too fun. That he was like Tony Stark's like privileged little sidekick. But then when they killed Tony Stark off, he's still like in the second one he got like Tony's tech. And I don't know. I think like there's if you want to say like linear path that the character has to go through, because if you notice, like all three of them, like it was for the two of them, it was Uncle Ben that died, and then for him, since it's like alternate universes, it was like something like it was always supposed to be this way, and it just hadn't happened for him yet.
Okay, so it's like, and if we're gonna talk about the arc trajectory and traditions of the character, they all be with shorties after the movie.
Yeah.
Out in real life.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
traditionally.
yeah. Facts.
Like-
Andrew Garfield started dating Emma Stone afterwards.
And you be seeing Tom Holland and
With
Zendaya.
Yo, they're a cute couple, bro. I like them.
And then
Shouts out the homie.
Tobey Maguire and homegirl.
Dated for a bit.
But he was also, I didn't realize how much Tobey Maguire was like. You know that Tobey Maguire, Leonardo DiCaprio, and a few other Hollywood elites would roll around the city and call themselves the Pussy Posse?
Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was hot back then. Doesn't matter if you're the nerdy you are the hottest fucking actor. Like, you are going through just, like, slaying. They were wild. Like...
That's wild.
Yeah. So he took a pause to, like, I guess, be a good kid for a second. But there's a genuineness with Tom Holland, where, like, you see, like, you see his hot ones?
I haven't seen his hot one, so don't spoil it.
What?
But I did.
Oh! Speaking of hot ones.
I haven't seen the Gordon Ramsay one either.
You have not seen the most recent Gordon Ramsay?
No, I haven't. I saw the first one, but I haven't seen the most recent.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to whatever they're going to do next.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
No, I'm pumped for it. We're probably gonna have to wait another 2 years to get the next trilogy.
But they'll fill us in with a bunch of Marvel shit.
Yeah. Hopefully, Tom and Zendaya make it. Like I said, they look like a good couple together.
I shipped them, but we're gonna have to cut this short because it's these holiday weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like
there's
we
so
ring
much
it in the
going
new
on.
year, but I'm telling you, in 2022, shit about to be wild.
Yeah, we're having strategy meetings. We're gonna be planning out episodes. We're not just gonna go through the motions for you guys. We're gonna really do it big.
So we got you. Thank you for listening to this condensed episode today. But we're gonna hit you with some crazy shit once the new year comes.
Yeah.
And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Happy New Year.
Tell your Theos. We out. Bye.